Battle control initialized.
Hello there, comrades and cannon fodder. It's Dvoid here. I've got a 1v1 multiplayer game on Trask map. This is the Kaution Kup version. I'm using Russia, my opponent's using Germany. And I haven't featured this map for a while, but I have mentioned it before, and I said it was one of my favourites. But I've not been using it so much lately, but, you know, it's always remained a map that I've liked. It's, I said before, I think it's different. It's a unique sort of map. It's different to the usual. So, it's one of the reasons I like it. But not all players do like it. From what I've seen, some do complain about the map. They're not keen on it. But, you know, to each their own. I think I went for a different build. Yeah, I did. I went for War Factory first build, just to test out a different build order. So I've gone for, obviously, power plant, barracks, then my refinery, and instead of a second refinery, I've gone for my War Factory, which I don't usually use this build order. So I've only got 4 rifles there and 1 guard in my base, and the engineer. I haven't even got a base defense. I do have it, but I'll be cancelling it very soon, because War Factory first build, you run out of money pretty sharpish. There's my War Factory, and you would ideally place it next to your ore patch, but on this map I need to stretch my build reach so I can build and harvest this gem patch as soon as possible. So my second refinery, after, you know, you build your power plant, barracks, refinery, then a War Factory, and then you need a power plant and your second refinery, and I've done that so that I'm harvesting from there. We've got a few enemy units. Looks like we've got about the same. There we go. But my opponent looks like he's using the same build. So it's, and this build, I'm using this because it's an early expansion build. After your second refinery, you build a service depot. Maybe my opponent's got his. Yes, he has. So he is using the same build. And if you look here, we've got 4, soon to be 5 ore trucks. He's got 5. I've got 4, soon to be 5. So I'm lagging behind there. And he placed his service depot before me as well. Maybe I only left 1 ore truck on this gem patch. So maybe that was a mistake. Look, I'm still harvesting the gems, whereas my opponent has scoffed them straight up. So maybe, and I did consider that. I thought, should I be doing this? So in future, I'll harvest the gems immediately. But my opponent's down to 0 cash. So, but he would have earned that and spent it. He's earned, yeah, I've earned a little more. So I'm not doing too badly. We've got 5 ore trucks each. But after your second refinery, you build a service depot, then another power plant, and I usually build 4 barracks at this point. So yeah, I've got the 4th one to place. And then the 4th one I've built in a row, because you start off with 1 barracks, obviously. So I'm building, after the service depot, it's a power plant and 4 barracks, and I'm placing the 4th one as we speak. And now it's 4 minutes 40, the MCV rolls out. But with this build, when it's done properly, your MCV should roll out at about 4.5 minutes at the latest. But he's captured this back. I captured that oil derrick, but he's captured it back. And I was obviously busy because I could have used him to snipe the engineer. But I've got this one still. I've got this one here. So it's 2 each in oil derricks, but my opponent's got the hospital. So he's got central map presence. And let's look at the army values. Very close, but I'm very slightly ahead. Yeah. Now it's 5:30. My opponent's done something wrong because he shouldn't have, his MCV shouldn't be doing that. So his rally point is obviously, you know, messed up. But it was late anyway. Strange. He's obviously built a few tanks first. Or perhaps, so it's worth checking during the replay. But we've got the first attack here. Placing defences to screen my base, but I've lost an ore truck there straight away. Now he's falling back, he's done some damage, so it's worth it. I've lost the income from my ore truck, plus they're no longer harvesting. 3 trucks were delayed. And they're a long way from the ore refinery now. So now they're going back. Yeah, it was worth doing that. But I'm trying to expand here, and I'm seeing this tank causing trouble. So I'm keep switching my primary production here. And he's chasing my MCV with his tank there. I thought I set up a Gren drop, to be fair, so it's possible I trained them and forgot, but I'm not sure. Maybe I just thought about it and completely forgot. There's a capture, so I'm trying to capture that back. He's on shift command, so when he's captured it, he gets out of there, but with my attack here, he's caught me out. He knows I've got forces elsewhere, so he's hitting me here. He knows I've got an important expansion, so that's another ore truck gone, and he's bringing his construction yard with him. So he's bringing all the right assets. I'm going to have to salvage what I can, get my MCV out of there. And these have been idle. Big mistake, because now he's reinforcing this area. He knows what's going on. But I'm saving my APC, getting that out of here. And then I'm attacking with these guys. But I should stop that attack move and get my tanks up front. There we go, I've stopped now. So yeah, I've got that engagement and I think I should be able to push through because these tanks are doing well. There you go, look. That's alright, so I've broken through there. The enemy's also doing the same, he's attacking. But I'm aware, I've seen these guys, so I'm sending troops back. Look, I'm heading off his attack, so I'm still in control as far as I know. This is a pretty idle MCV, I think. Look, there's idle units, but I'm pushing through here, and I've done okay. So, my opponent's not on low power. I should... Look at that, got a few crushes, but I'm dealing with them. I should have targeted the power. Here we are, look, I've got an attack there. And my opponent has been defeated here. So I'm quite comfortable and happy at this point. Let's look at my opponent's got 7 and I've got 17. So you're done at this point. It should be me finishing the job. And it's 9 minutes in. So yeah, I'm just cutting through here. And not getting the enemy into low power I think was a big mistake. Because I should have done that by now. They should have been in low power all this time. Because he's got more cash than I have at the moment. And I'm attacking here, pushing back this expansion and making one of my own. So it's still okay. And look here, he's attacked again and found, you know, forces waiting for him. So that's no problem. But I've been defeated there. And I shouldn't have been. I should have fallen back. So let's have a look at the army size at this point. This vehicle's running away. I've got 15, he's got 17, so I'm still okay. I should be able to finish this. So if we look what my opponent does now, and see how he reacts. He's protecting this, he knows he needs to, so that's wise. I'm protecting that because I know he's attacking from there. But I'm vulnerable everywhere else. Now, one tank, that can be stopped by placing primary production at a barracks, train 2 rockets, and you're okay. So that's not bad. And I'm attacking here. I've got a larger army, I just need to consolidate. Because look, I'm hitting defences here. They're alright. I can handle that. No. You see, I'm losing units. Not good now. My opponent's got half my army value. but I'm being defeated in battle and attacking in unfavourable conditions. But I've caught this MCV, look, that's destroyed that. So that kind of led me away, but I've got an engineer there. I was supposed to be capturing that. But yeah, he's brought his whole force over that way for some reason. Maybe he thought my main, I had stragglers over that way, which I did, but, you know, I could have taken advantage of that. That's a weak force with one tank. But I lost my engineer there, and I'm attacking into this view range, look. Yeah, did the smart thing and backed off. Back away to my MCV, keep the tanks up front and get consolidating. Here we are, so it's 10 to 11, no it's 11 all now, so we're equal in army value. I've let my advantage slip away. Sent him packing, I should be able to overrun then. Now we're at 9-7. Yeah, we're still about even pretty much. But now this is an overcommitment. These 3 tanks are enough to kill these, so it's okay, but it needs careful micro. These tanks, yeah, I've lost them. And they can deal with the pillboxes, but now he's got tanks helping him. Far from ideal. And his pillboxes are being wasted because he's shooting at my tank. So I've got that dealt with, and his tank is shooting at my infantry, but what else is he doing? Yeah, I've got a capture on there again. It's always worth taking them, because if a game looks like it's going to be dragging on, get your oil derricks, keep hold of them. Don't let the cash tick by with your opponent in control. Look, there you see 2 rockets and a tank. It's all you need, and it's just, you know, that was another little nice bit of damage he's just done there. At a crucial time. He's got 1 tank here. That's about to finish off an all truck, look. But yeah, there you go. I've got my barracks producing primary infantry production, and then a couple of rockets will deal with that. Now, my opponent's got slightly larger army value. What is it he's doing with it? He's repairing his tanks. That's always good to see. I should have taken this lot out. I saw it and thought, well, I've got the advantage over these guys, but didn't attack. I should have attacked while if I'd have known they were going to attack the ore truck, I'd have gone straight for them, and while they were busy not killing my ore truck, I would have wiped them out. But yeah, I'm thinking, they're hitting here, I can't stop them, so I think I switched production here. Primary production, I should say. Yeah, there we go, look. So I'm waiting for these guys to wipe out this lot and come this way. So that's where I'm going to stop them. Because it's worth defending 2 mine patches, that'll regrow. But here we go, I'm losing my forces here, but I've got a stronger army, I can win that. But my opponent's got 14,000 to my 10 now. And you see how he's doing hit and run. He's doing damage, getting back. I'm losing ore trucks and that here, you know. So yeah, he's doing damage, getting back, maintaining his own ore trucks, and now he's got helicopters. That's a pest. But yeah, I'm attacking myself. It's not over. You know, he's got the advantage again. It's 11 to me, 18 to him in 18,000 in army value. But I decide to change my tactics and move away. Rather than banging my head against his defences, I'm going to get out of there. But now he's got artillery and helicopters, I've got a problem. And I've got a 9 grand army value, so I've maintained my army size, but my opponent has now got a 20,000 grand army value, 21,000. And I'm at 10, so I'm at 9 now, so I'm in a big trouble. And I know it. I'm falling back, trying to retreat and consolidate. And my opponent's doing well to salvage his assets. Look, he's getting his ore trucks and his MCVs out of there, and I'm trying to trade space for time. He's left these here, so they're idle and wasted. I should have defeated them anyway, but obviously they are, even in fact they're not wasted or idle, they're guarding that. So he has made use of them being there by knowing the area is safe. So he's got another expansion, 22 grand, 24 grand, 25 grand to 12 grand against me. So yeah, and I know he's got artillery because he's bombarding my structures in the middle of the map. So I'm gonna have to try and do something. But he's got helicopters, so he's got far better view range. And but I've built yaks to counter. But I'm struggling to micro here because my my flat trucks. I'm struggling to micro them so they're not shooting enemy tanks and stuff. I want them to shoot helicopters. But here we go, I've got another engagement and I'm trying to get tanks up front. Stop them moving. Yeah, that's okay. I've got that engagement, I think. The tanks need to move forward because he's got now three weak tanks, but I could have popped those artilleries earlier. And he's got more artillery coming in. So yeah, he's got a 20 grand army and I'm losing it now. I've got 6,700 and this force here was the group from there and it's done so much damage to me. So I need to remember in future not to let these little groups survive. It's better to bring a force that's going to definitely deal with them and get it over and done with. Even if I am over-focusing resources a little, it's better to do that than let them roam free and attack up here, do a lot of damage, then over here, and then there for a while, protecting and scouting for their MCV, and then moving this way and finishing off some of the last efforts of my resource gathering. That was terrible. I need to learn that lesson and not let that happen again. But I'm building air defences to try and deal with his aircraft, so that's something. But he's got artillery, so I'm in trouble. I'm targeting the artillery. It takes 2 shots from a heavy tank. They fire both barrels twice to kill an artillery, so it's only 2 shots. You can kill them easily, but you've got to get to them. If the enemy are careful, they will have their artillery guarded. But here, I'm desperate for resources, and they've caught my all-truck group. They shouldn't all be together, but you know what? I didn't have much choice. He's forced me back more and more. And I've mined out pretty much everything I've got access to. I'm losing my tech. I did have thieves, but it didn't end up being of any use. I sent some this way to this side of the map, but they got gone down. And I sent some this way, and I did get an infiltration here, but it wouldn't have been much money. I don't think it was much money. But yeah, there goes my tech. I've got very little. 1 soldier and 1 flat truck. That's my army. So at this point, I'm trying to think, what can I do? And I'm going to try and get an engineer and a thief and do some chokeholds, but I've lost the radar dome now. So I'm trying to build a radar dome and then set up a barracks, and if I'd have known what was here, I would have targeted this and killed the pillbox and then captured that and then put a chokehold on this. And let's see what size army value I would have been against. 26 grand, so I couldn't really have stopped him. Even if I had control of his money supply, I would have been extremely lucky to get away. He would have known where I was. All I would have had in my favour was that this may have held him up, killing all this. That's all I would have had in my favour. So whether it would have worked or not, but that's what I wanted to try. Look, I've got my radar dome. Now I've got an engineer, but I chose the wrong area. I was thinking he'd have a refinery here because I saw ore trucks, but it was, you know, I chose the wrong area. I should have gone here. But it was obviously over by this point. We've got a 20-minute game, and to be fair, it felt like it was longer than that. It felt like it was a much longer game because it was difficult. And it's just a shame that I nearly had him. But I've killed 299 units so far, but he's killed 439. So I've been massacred, basically. But it was a good fun game. You can't win them all, and, you know, sometimes you lose, sometimes you lose again. But it was a good game, and I got a lot of practice. It was good. I've had a few games lately where there's been some late game practice, where they've gone on a little bit longer, and there's been tech and stuff, and it's been a good training battle. There's been a few of them. Look, he's got Tanya. Talk about another killer blow to finish your opponent. There you go, and I called it. There's the end of me. So that was brutal. I could have taken it, but I didn't finish the game. I think it was losing the engagement here that messed it up, and allowing that small group of units that was there, that moved up this way, allowing them free reign to... And what I did was I arranged some units here to head them off when they attacked, but they took that long to attack that I didn't have anything there by the time they did arrive, and they caught some of my last resource gathering units, sadly. But you know, he did very well, and it shows the experience of late game experience. So, but that kind of practice is invaluable, playing against a good player and managing to hold my own for a little while. It's a shame. I could have won that. I could have taken it. At 9 minutes, it looked like it was all mine. So, it just went downhill. So, thanks very much for viewing. I'm going to go through the stats before I finish this one, but there's the army graph, and you can see here at the point I was ahead considerably, but then it was a different story after that. Earnings graph, yeah, all over the place. My opponent's finishing army, he's got more rockets than he's got rifles. That's interesting. Plenty of tanks, an artillery piece, helicopters. Looks like he's got a few, if I can read that number right. There's one. Maybe it's not. I'm sure. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there we go. 7. Right, combat chart. I've got 3. I killed 309. My opponent killed 447. So that was brutal. 97,000 I destroyed. He destroyed 137,000. So good. He's got a 34,000 value army remaining. And it is 7 helicopters, so it's not as large an army as it sounds. But, you know, 34 grand of army value left. It's a decisive win. He's preparing this GPS satellite for map view over the map for a short period. When you get that, when it's prepared, you launch it and you get vision for a few minutes, I think. There's his production. He's building a chronosphere as well, having a right laugh. Economic tab. Let's see. I earn 144. He earned 179. Spent 147. He spent 178. He's got 10 ore trucks. Nice. Basics tab. Interesting. 41 actions per minute. So he was kills 330 to 490. Sounds a little better when you look at it on that chart, because that's total kills, including structures, everything. Your own units, I believe, or neutral units, everything. Whereas when it tells you units killed, it's a more specific, on the combat chart, it's a more specific count, because there's buildings killed, and excuse me, and units killed. But on the basic chart, kills includes both of them. So 330. We've got 21 buildings, add 309, so that's 330. You see, so it's structures and units there on the basic kills chart. 490 to 330. But how many structures? My opponent killed 43 of mine. I got 21 of his. It's a shame. I would like to have put him in low power early on as well. Kept him there. But there's all the charts, graphs, stats, and there's a decent game for you all. I hope my viewers enjoyed it. It was a good game, a rough battle, and you can see the map's plenty scarred too. So there's the signs of a good brawl. I hope everyone enjoyed it, like I say, and then until next time, take good care of yourselves, and goodbye for now. there's the final score, 1358, 1119. It's that's a very fair reflection of the result, to be fair. A very fair score. So thanks very much, and goodbye for now.
Battle control terminated.